I've been playing Fire Warlock with Apocalypse as the main skill. It just explodes the entire screen and does a ton of damage, hitting in the trillions and whatnot. You know, it's pretty big. So I'll go over my gear to start. First off, we got Air of Perdition. This gives us a bunch of crit, a bunch of move speed, and a bunch of life, and then 80% damage. It's mainly nice for the crit here. You really want to have a high crit on this character. You don't need to, but you really are revolving around your crit, and with this build, you're going like all or nothing, big hit. If you don't crit and get a huge hit, it's gonna be like a dud. Like, it's not gonna kill a big boss. But if you do hit the crit, you'll just take the entire chunk out of the boss as much as you can. You'd one-shot if you could, but instead they have like the set phases or whatever. So, there's that. Then I got Igni Prid in there for the rune word. It casts Warlock's Dark Prison, gives a little bit of tankiness. Fleshrick Carapace, Chest Piece, gives sigil skills, deal increased damage, and also gets a kill every second. That also applies to Apocalypse. It has the sigil tag. So that's very nice there, gives a ton of damage. Mine is pretty nice rolls. Got a nice all-stat corrupt and res all elements GA. Then I have it with Circe for the dogs. This is our main source of Vuln. We got Hands of the World Breaker. This is for the Apocalypse, deals up to 400% damage, which is an absolutely insane number when cast in Sigil of Chaos. So you're gonna have to cast your Sigil of Chaos. It is a multi-button build. That's only for single target though, really. You don't need that for just clearing. And it won't be up most of the time for clearing anyways. It has a relatively long cooldown. But if you're getting the big pops on bosses, you're going to want to make sure you're going to want to pop it with that. When was the last time you thought of the Roman Empire? Probably this morning. Now it's time to make your own Roman Empire in Nebulae, a space politics MMO where you can create your own society and compete with other players for control and policies for the entire space system. Will you be a democracy, a monarchy, or a controlling dominion? Or maybe something completely unique. You can shape your own planet, your own ideology. The Kickstarter is financing the PC version, and the game will be crossplay with mobile. Android is already in alpha. At the heart of the galaxy lies the nebula, which is constantly expanding and can consume entire planets. You and other players can try to work together to find a solution for this, or you can sabotage and work towards accelerating the incoming annihilation. So, since everything can be annihilated, this is a seasonal game with resets to keep it always fresh and allow new players to hop in. Check out the Kickstarter for Nebulae in the description below. Here, just regular old pants here. Willpower, life, armor, wrath, regen, life, temper. And then we got heavenly strength, imprint for some damage reduction. Got 2 sapphires socketed in. We got boots with the undying imprint, so every time you cast it heals you. It's pretty noticeable, actually. It's very nice. Here we got life, wrath regen, the move speed, hellfire skills, and then corrupted willpower on, and then tempered movement speed. Honestly, I don't know if I need the wrath regen on this anymore. Since I did get a Ring of Starless Skies, this gives a very nice regen slash sustain on your wrath. Weapon, we got 2-handed mace. It could be any two-handed. You probably want like a sword or something even, because then I'll have a little faster hits per second. Make it feel a little bit nicer. But I think I want to say mace should have a higher base hit, probably. I don't know if that's actually true, but I'm guessing it's true. But I just dropped the good double GA here. I got weapon damage, greater affix, and willpower. Then I got life and fire damage. Ideally, that life would be another damage node, but I didn't get it, so Then we got life on hit for the corrupt, tempered damage per overpower stack, and then we got the Remater's imprint, which gives a bunch of extra damage to fire skills when you have 4 more overpower. And overpower is actually a pretty core mechanic of this, so I'll go over that after the gear here. Amulet, we got crit strike, willpower, crit damage, hellfire skills, overpower stacks, and then your maximum overpower is increased by 6 while you're fortified, and we're pretty much always fortified. The second aspect there, I'm currently trying to reroll a second good one with the cube. Behemoth Brawler's ring here gives a bunch of ultimate damage, and then 2 additional skill ranks. Got willpower, life, crit chance, and then fire damage, and then damage per overpower stack. You're gonna want to, on all of your damage tempers, you're gonna want damage per overpower stack. And then you can swap the life for damage too. And here we got Ring of Starless Skies, attack speed, crit chance, the lucky chance, whatever, and the +3 core skills is kind of sad on the helmet and this, like, it doesn't help our apocalypse, but they're still really powerful anyways. I'd say probably like a good triple GA is probably better, but working off of like a 1 GA, I'd say this is definitely better. And the attack speed's really nice here, the crit's really nice. Definitely a good ring. Just feels a little bit wasted with the not getting that core skills here. That is the gear. Charms here, we got the Nameless set, trying to get plus Hellfire, all stats, Hellfire. And then here's a really, really big thing actually. Warlock is pretty squishy, and this charm is Giga Broken. Endurant Faith, it's basically like Progenesis from PoE, so if you get hit for at least 30% of your HP, it turns into a DOT over 4 seconds, and it is way easier to deal with, especially because we have quite a lot of life regen from the Undying aspect here. And then another option for gear actually that you can do is, if you're feeling like you're having a hard time generating hits for your apocalypse because you need to get close to 100 stacks on this, and it's every time you hit an enemy, if you don't have a really good two-hander, you can opt to use a Scourge of Duriel. It drops from Duriel, and it gives you the Epicenter variant for free. And then what that does is basically you'll get more hits. Like the chain will attach to you, it'll attach to your minions, and overall you get way more hits, and it is a lot more consistent. The problem is getting a good Scourge of Duriel, and then also it'll just be less damage than a big two-hander. But the attack speed does feel a bit better. You can go either way. Honestly, if I got a really good Scourge of Duriel, I would probably switch back to that and then use a focus with it. And then, so the overpower mechanic, basically we get a ton of overpower. I think I'm at like 18 or something. I forget the actual number. But anyways, you get a ton. So stacking a bunch of damage per overpower, very, very good. We get overpower from the Soul Shard. Every 50 Wrath grants 1 overpower. So we go Ritual Shard, and then it gives damage per overpower, and then also size. We get basically screen-wide coverage. And then the Abyss skills are like whatever. Then you also get volatility. Summon Warlock skill, and he is actually quite nice. He passively increases your overpower by 4 and your maximum wrath by 40, and then when you actually press the button, you get even more overpower, and then you get a bunch of wrath regen. So you should have no major resource issues on this. So the paragon tree here, we got Hellforge here, bunch of hellfire damage. Then we got Empowered. That's a big overpower stacker, juicy juice right there. And then we got Pyrosis is the actual node here. And then the next board node is Greater Hex with Eldritch Sight. Then Ritualism and Occultist. You got chaos and then entropy. That's the paragon tree. For my merc, I have Alden and Rahir. I was testing him for trying to use him solely for Vuln. Meh. So I went back to the wolves. So honestly, I might switch him out for something else. Maybe I'll have this guy in the main thing. I actually want to switch this to be this. I'm basically just using these guys to survive more. I guess this guy was Vuln. I'll probably switch him out now because the dogs do work. Then for the abilities, we got Doom. Honestly, like, I rarely even press this. I might even figure out something else to do. And then here, Umbral changes our main generator for Apocalypse. Basically, like, every time it hits, you get another stack on it, and then it goes up to 100 stacks. And then these things just spin for a couple seconds, and you can stack a bunch of them, and it's like passively upgrading your ultimate to pop. Very nice. I don't know if another thing's better at stacking it. This is just what I used. And then heavy harpoon, knockback. Honestly, I don't know about that one actually. If you're having wrath problems, you probably want to go this. Here we got extra damage. And I honestly might want to swap to this. Because the most, like, 99% damage is from Apocalypse. You can get some okay damage with the chains. So, honestly, like, yeah, I'm going to swap that. Then Dark Prison, you don't actually need this on the bar. It's from the Rune Word in the helmet. And then we have it becoming a Hellfire thing, and then it reduces damage from the outside and slows enemy inside. And then a big thing is it gives you Fortify. And then, yeah, I got a little bit of cooldown reduction here. Another step, we got extra charge. You can also go for the damage reduction. Honestly, you can swap that for what you're trying to do, honestly. Here we got movement speed. This one's whatever. Then here we got Gloomwalker. This allows you to reposition very nicely. Especially during a boss fight. It carried me through Uber Mephisto. Those skills here. And then finally for the ult we got... Oh, that's not the ult yet. We got Sigil of Chaos. You know, basically that is the synergy with the gloves here. So we need that. And then the ult is Apocalypse. We get enemies that survive Apocalypse take 100% increased damage from you for 2 seconds. I feel like you can go either way here. You might want to swap to this if you're not generating fast enough, because early on it can be kind of a problem with generating it. Maybe you would want to swap to this. And then here we got final hit has 20% chance to hit twice. And then this is the Hellfire Blast with the stacks. And then it gives you the max stacks. Overall, really good character. If you have any suggestions for my character, feel free, because I'm not an expert at this game by any means. I'm kind of just clicking random shit. I originally copied some guy on like a Chinese forums, and this kind of dog shit, so I respec the entire paragon tree and switched out a lot of the gear. Yeah. Anyways, I think that's about it.